Out of all the lives that we have lived throughout the cycle, the life of this confluence age seems to be the most elevated life. There are so many reasons for that. But one very valid reason that makes this life so valuable is that we are born directly from God. We are the direct creation of God. Nowhere in the whole cycle we have this fortune of being the direct creation of God. Leading such a valuable, elevated life, sometimes we ask this question to ourselves: do I really feel this Brahmin life a life of fortune, or is it a life of renunciation? Is this a life of love, or is it a life of labor? Is it a life of pleasure, or is it a life of pressure? If each one of you ask this question to yourself, what answer would emerge? I am sure all of us feel that this life is really a life of fortune, a life of pleasure, and a life of love. Do you all agree? Anybody else has any other answer? And yet, sometimes we wonder, why is that people don't recognize that we are leading such a life of pleasure and of fortune? Why does that sparkle of fortune reflect on our face? Why does it not show to others practically so that they get inspired to make our life like that? When we look at our own lives, when people come in contact with us, they do appreciate our life, right? They say, oh, you are leading a very wonderful life. We really appreciate it, but there is a but. But I don't think I can make it. And sometimes some people even express a feeling of pity for us. They say, oh, I feel so sorry for you that you have to renounce so much, So why is that? When I have experienced the fortune, and when I feel that love of God in my life, why it doesn't come out to show on my face so that people get inspired to lead their life like me? See, even in the world today, when someone wins a lottery, someone wins a simple competition, someone passes an examination, they don't have to say, but their face, the happiness, the sparkle will reflect on their face. Other people know that they got something, that they are so happy today, they are so sparkling. So this is what Baba was saying this morning in the blessing, that sparkle of attainment should be visible to others. We say in our own heart, Baba, after attaining you, I have attained everything. You are the only one and no one else. I don't need anything more. So we feel we got everything. Why not that contentment, that fulfillment show on the face? I think Baba has already mentioned one of the reasons is that we become careless in keeping that attainment in the emerged form, thinking, counting on the attainments. What are the attainments I have had since I have come to Baba? And of course, we know that those attainments have not come to us just like that. It is always said that see your fortune in the mirror of renunciation. If I have not had some kind of renunciation, I would not have had all these attainments, fortune. But comparing to the attainment, the renunciation is negligible. But what happens is most of the time we entertain in our mind what we have left behind. What are the things we have renounced? So as a result of that, what comes on my face is what I am thinking, because face is the index of the mind. Because I am counting what I have left behind, so the attainments are hidden behind the cloud. What people see is only that renunciation, so they get scared that I can't renounce all this. So what we need to become to bring out that sparkle is to be the embodiment of attainments. No, embodiment, image of fortune. Keep that fortune, the star of fortune, in the emerged form. But one of the obstacles that comes in Brahmin life is the carelessness, the royal form of carelessness, beginning to take things for granted, does not allow me to keep that sparkle constantly emerged. I remember one Murli Baba spoke many years ago, in which Baba was saying that, Baba's promise is, if you keep one step of courage, Baba will come to help you multi-million fold. This is a guarantee. And we all have experienced that when we took Brahmin birth. What courage did you keep, because of which you attracted multi-million fold help from Baba? We all kept the courage that we will become pure. Something that was impossible for sannyasis, mahatmas, great souls. We said, as soon as we recognized Baba, we kept the courage, first step, that we will become pure. And because of that courage, God gave us so much help that not only we were able to lead a pure life, but today we have the strength to challenge the world, that we will purify the world through our purity. So this is the wonder of our courage. And of course, that courage was based on faith. Because I recognized this is God, I had total faith this is God, so I knew that it is possible. When God says something for me to do, He will also give me the strength. The same thing happens in Brahmin life. As we move along Many forms of Maya in the form of obstacles would come. But some of us keep the courage to face the challenges of Maya, and we do experience help from Baba, because we know that this is just a paper tiger. This is just a paper lion. This is just a game. So we do not get stuck. We keep moving forward. That's one of the definition I have understood about courage, is to change the word problems into lessons. Situations will always come in front of me. To have the courage means to change the word problem into lessons. So when I move forward, understanding this is a lesson for me to learn, I get help from Baba. But some of us, as we move along in this Brahmin life, we deprive ourselves of receiving Baba's help. And that is why that sparkle becomes hidden. In what way do we deprive ourselves from receiving that multi-million-fold help from Baba? Baba said 2 reasons. One reason for depriving ourselves from Baba's help is the arrogance of the intellect. We begin to think, oh, I am leading a pure life and Baba is bound to help me. If he would not help me, who else he will help? So I don't keep the attention for the right method I need to follow, but I use that arrogance of the intellect, so I deprive myself. And the second reason Baba mentioned very clearly is to maintain that special attention on myself. Just like Brahma Baba, until the last moment, he maintained an attitude of unlimited disinterest. He maintained the consciousness of being a student, even though his future was fixed. But he maintained that student life until the last moment. So he demonstrated in front of us what it means to receive multi-million-fold help by keeping courage. But some of us, maybe sometimes due to the arrogance of the intellect or due to lack of attention on maintaining this student life, the right method, we deprive ourselves of that help from Baba. And that is why our life becomes a life of labor instead of love. Our life becomes a life of pressure instead of pleasure. And when people look at us making effort, laboring, they feel sorry. So let me not lose this opportunity to receive multi-million-fold help from Baba due to lack of attention on myself. No matter how many years I'm in knowledge, but I always need to maintain learning attitude, student consciousness, and humility as Brahma Baba did. So automatically that would attract God towards me. And when Baba comes into my life, impossible becomes possible. Difficulties becomes easy. And that is when people can see, that you are not doing it. It is, you are only God's instrument and God is getting this work done. So that sparkle will constantly remain lit on my face. It is the royal form of carelessness that actually deprives me from taking help from Baba. So in that context, what is courage? Is to take a bold step without finding any solution in front of me, but knowing that God's hand is waiting on the other side. So that happiness that my companion is God, I am being sustained by God, I am being blessed by God, that intoxication that I have will automatically bring that sparkle. So that is why I consider courage, courage as the breath of Brahmin life. So when I have lost courage, so I have lost receiving help from Baba, then I have to do everything on my own, and it is very hard. So that is when I lose the breath, I lose that energy of Brahmin life. But combined with courage, what else I need to bring that sparkle of what I have inside me? No matter how much you may have inside you, until people see that on your face, until people experience through your actions, in their interactions, they won't believe. That is why they keep on asking, what is the practical proof? What is the practical proof to show you have, that you have all attainments in your life? So my life itself is a practical proof, isn't it? So the other thing that is really necessary is enthusiasm, as Baba said. Enthusiasm, the dictionary word is being inspired, always looking, being inspired. And if you split the word inspired, you can say in spirit. That means you are alive. You are not dead. That is why Baba said this morning, you have to die alive from the old thought, old sanskara, old habits, which means that you are in spirit. So that flame is constantly lit. So I need to maintain that zeal. Without zeal and zest, you cannot have enthusiasm. That is why whenever Baba speaks about enthusiasm, he always says zeal and enthusiasm. They are twins. So zeal means interest, zest. So when you have deep interest for attaining something, you have enthusiasm. And enthusiasm, I look at it as the blood of Brahmin life. So if I want to bring the sparkle of attainments, I need to have the blood, I need to have the breath. Courage is the breath, and enthusiasm is the blood. When a person is alive, this is how we know whether someone is dead or alive. They stop breathing. And once they stop breathing, then the energy of the body is lost. And so when I lose my enthusiasm, instead of dying alive, I look living dead. Sometimes Baba talks about corpse. So like lack of enthusiasm is like living dead. And moving along in Brahmin life without courage is leading a breathless life. So this is why I should never ever allow disheartening feeling in my life. It is a kind of mild heart attack, disheartening feeling, because that actually makes me lose my courage. So that is why it is very important for me to see myself always as Baba will look at me. If my vision towards myself is that elevated, I would never lose courage. The losing of courage, losing of breath is because I live like a parasite. I live on the basis of what people tell me about me, what comments people pass. So as a result of that, I lose courage because I begin to think that I am not worthy. I am not, capable. So when such kind of thought comes, I'm losing my breath. So you can imagine what will be the appearance on my face, where that sparkle has gone. So this is why it is important to make myself sit on the seat of self-respect and know myself as I am, what I am, and who I am. Who knows me better than myself? I am the one who has lived in this body for the longest time. And Baba is the one who knows me better than anybody else. So when Baba has given me such an elevated seat of self-respect, and when Baba has given me the insight to know myself, I should be satisfied with that. So this is why in Brahmin life, enthusiasm really works like energy to bring that sparkle. See, we all have attainments. Baba has given all of us the same inheritance, the same teachings, same blessings. He has not given someone more and someone less. Is that right? But why is that sparkle is not the same? The reason is that some of us use it. When you use what you have attained from Baba, it multiplies. It increases, and that brings happiness, that brings that sparkle out on your face, that you have accumulated so much. But some of us, because we don't use, we lose. So it's your choice. Either you use or you lose. So how to use? Using means to put it into action, to bring benefit for my life, and to help others to put it into action in their life. And that is why service plays a very important role in allowing us to use what we have attained from Baba. It is like sowing the seed. We are all given the seed, but some of us sow the seed and grow, and some of us don't sow it, and so we lose. And then what happens is when we see others growing, using, we become jealous. We cannot tolerate when others are growing and they begin to show the sparkle. I cannot tolerate. I become jealous. But then I also had it, isn't it? Baba gave me the same inheritance, but I multiplied it by using, investing. So become a good investment person. Invest what you receive from Baba, and that investment will multiply your income. And when you have your investment to such an extent, you feel so secure that you don't have to worry. And that security comes on your face in the form of being a carefree king. So you did not become a carefree king just like that, but you have been so careful, and that is why you are carefree. If you have been careless, you cannot be carefree. So what kind of care I have taken in my Brahmin life is to use whatever Baba has given me in the right way at the right time. So this is called experimentation. When you are using, actually you are donating to others also. So it's a double income. You are investing and you are donating when you are using Baba's blessings, Baba's inheritance, Baba's teachings in your life. And the more I am using, the more I am donating, the more blessings I begin to receive. And that actually brings a lot of happiness, contentment that brings out the sparkle. So I need to have the hobby in this Brahmin life to create newness, because see, Brahmins' problem is we run out of methods to use. We only have a couple of methods and that's it. Like some people don't know to cook too many varieties of food. They know only rice, dal, and then maybe little bit different, that's all. So then you get bored after a while. So we should actually, when we come to Madhuban in the Brahmin gathering, this is what we must talk to each other. What methods they use to make Amrit Vela powerful, what methods they use to churn, what methods they use to do this. So I collect. So once Baba told Dadi Janki, she is very good in stealing virtues from others. Gunchor. So we should become that. So when I gather materials like this from everyone's experience, I got a lot of methods to explore, isn't it? I would not run out. I won't become stale, boredom. Some Brahmins are bored. Anybody bored here? When someone is bored, they feel sleepy. Jagdish Bhai was saying that why do Brahmins get bored? When they have so much, to churn, so much to do, still you get bored. Because he said you don't bore inside. When you bore a well, you got to dig deep inside. Then you get sweet water. So we are lazy in churning. And that is why we don't make Baba's inheritance my own. And I don't have that authority. I don't have that intoxication. And that is why I just become bored after a while. So I just want to share with you few yuktis I use personally to maintain enthusiasm and courage. As I said, enthusiasm is blood. Courage is breath. Never let go of these two, no matter what. Otherwise, I will be living dead, not dying alive. So the first thing is always bring newness. You feel very fresh. Your face looks fresh. Your vibrations looks fresh. Your presence brings light because you have newness. Because intellect is inspired when there is newness, novelty. And in order to create that novelty, one of the yuktis I use is to always remember I am a student. I want to learn. This attitude of learning helps me to pick good from everybody I meet with, silently, not talking, not saying anything. Quietly take the good from everyone, just like the swan, and collect materials so that you can explore on it. So I would never run out of materials, because then your intellect becomes creative. How do I make my intellect creative so that I can make it novel is to maintain student consciousness and learning attitude. And the second thing I always keep in my mind to maintain that enthusiasm is what I feed my intellect. Because if enthusiasm is the energy, blood, the blood is made up of the food I take, isn't it? Whatever kind of food you take, that is what makes the blood. So if I have attention on the food that I feed my intellect, then automatically the energy of enthusiasm is maintained. So the attention on what I feed my intellect. So make sure that you always feed your intellect with positive thoughts, good thoughts, powerful thoughts, pure thoughts. So automatically your intellect remains healthy, and that creates energy in the form of blood. But many times we have food poison, We don't keep attention on what we are feeding. So instead of creating blood, we have poison. And so we have to actually waste a lot of time to remove that which has created the virus, which has created the poison. So the second method to maintain that enthusiasm is to make sure about the food you feed your intellect. And the third aspect is, if you don't want to do anything, any special effort, the only effort I usually make is just to be consistent. Whatever I am doing in this Brahmin life, be consistent. Usually Brahmins have intoxication. Sometimes it is out of proportion also. And so all of a sudden they feel, I must wake up at Amrit Vela, come to class every day. So they do it fast for 1 week. And then after that, 1 month holiday. So is that called fast effort? You are moving 2 steps forward and then 5 steps backward. But I have not made any effort at all, isn't it? So I have to make sure whatever I am doing consistently. Because this consistency generates energy. And that comes in the form of sparkle. If you look at Dadis today, Dadi Janki, 70 years, 90 years old, 70 years effort. But even today, she looks so young. The secret is enthusiasm. Even in Laukik world, they say someone who has enthusiasm in life, they look 12 years younger than their age. Why? Because the energy, that pure energy that generates makes the life like that. So I should really maintain that consistency. Never give up. Never get tired. That is why I must count on what I receive, not on what I am leaving behind. If you count on your attainments, it's easy to maintain consistency. If you count on renunciation, it's not possible. This is my experience, Because if you have to give incentives to yourself, then it will help you to move forward with that consistency. And very important thing to maintain enthusiasm also is to celebrate this life. Don't spend this life. Many of us begin to spend our life, and that is why it becomes heavy. In what way we spend our life, we start thinking, now I have become Brahmin, I can't go back to Kali Yuga. I know there's nothing. I cannot go backward. I am not moving forward also. I am stuck. Like we become stagnant. So that is when we feel like we just have to spend our life like this. But no, we have to celebrate life. This is why Baba says, what we need to do when you celebrate. You do 3 things when you celebrate. You sing, you dance, you eat, and you meet. And this is what we need to do from the morning onwards. When we wake up at Amrit Vela, we start celebrating meeting with the highest on high. Huh? The world Almighty Authority Himself is waiting to meet us. So then, the whole day what I need to do? Sing the songs of my fortune, dance the dance of happiness, and then eat. What do you want to eat? As Baba says, eat dil kush toli, speak words of sweetness, share words of sweetness. So let us not spend life, celebrate. When you have a festival, you celebrate the festival. On that day, look at your face. Christmas Day, New Year Day. Celebration brings that sparkle, lightness, happiness, fulfillment. So I need to celebrate my life like that throughout the confluence age. I think this is why in Golden Age we don't celebrate any festival. Why? Because we celebrated enough of festival here. Every day is festival. And so that is why there is natural happiness there. So what is that brings actually contentment in my life? So when someone is content, its sparkle comes on the face in the form of happiness. And that is what is going to inspire others. So if there is lack of contentment, if I am discontent due to any reason, I need to check myself. It's not that Baba has not given to me, but I have not received it from Baba. And that is why there is that enthusiasm is lacking. See, the best way to maintain enthusiasm, once Baba said, is to donate enthusiasm to others. It is like blood donation. It should be contagious in a way. Because when you have enthusiasm, whoever comes into your contact, they should also get that enthusiasm in their life. Because it's a positive energy. It travels. But I need to maintain it consistently. Once I have that energy of enthusiasm emerged, then contentment and happiness go together. So I need to really count on the attainments, what all the things I have got from Baba. So that brings out contentment. So I don't need anything else. But if I allow comparison nature to interfere, I can never be content. No, that is why Baba said today, in order to bring out that sparkle, you have to die alive. That means I have to become alone. When you die, the whole world is dead for you. That means I am alone. So there is no comparison. I am unique. There is no one like me. So when I see myself in that way, then I am able to appreciate what I have got. Of course, no two actors can be the same. No two souls can play the same role, even if they are twins also. So that nature of comparison actually drains my energy. And I let go of what I have attained from Baba. So this is why practice always to count on the attainments, see yourself always as Baba sees you, and always listen to the comments that Baba pass about you in the Murli. Because Baba knows me better than I know myself. So when I am able to believe in those, then I am able to lift my consciousness beyond that old belief that I used to have about my own image. But of course, courage is again the companion of enthusiasm according to Baba's blessing today. Is why? Because, when some people progress, making effort, as I said, there is the ingredient of jealousy that does not allow them to progress. It comes in the form of obstacle, but I do not need to lose my courage. I need to move forward having belief in light. No, that is what the courage is. Courage is to have faith in the light, faith in the truth. So those of us who have faith in the truth never lose courage. As we have heard the expression, the boat of truth will rock, but it will never sink. And so I do not have the fear because I know my companion is God. No, because sometimes, Baba gives companionship by coming in front of us. Sometimes Baba is standing at the back guiding us in an incognito way. But if I maintain that courage, that no matter what, I am moving towards light, no moving away from light. Because the moment I move away from light, that means I have begun to develop faith in the dark, doubting myself. See, this doubt is a very bad sickness in Brahmin life. It makes me lose both sparkle, enthusiasm and courage. So never ever allow the cancer cell of doubt to come into your life. Because like Dadi was saying, sometimes doubt comes in the form of what Baba is saying. Sometimes doubt comes in myself. Baba says, you are Master Almighty Authority. Am I really that? Baba says, you are a victorious soul. Am I really that or not? So when Baba gives us blessings, how to use those blessings? Not to think I am not that, not to think I am already that, but to live according to that blessing. That is called using the blessings in the right way. So those of us who keep on using Baba's blessings in the right way, we never lose courage. We never go out of sight. And that is why victory is guaranteed. So I need to really check the foundation of my faith when I have lost courage. What made me lose courage? The breath of Brahmin life. Either I have lost faith in Baba, or faith in myself, faith in the drama, or faith in the time that we are passing through. So once my foundation of faith is strong, I can never lose my courage. So courage is a form of boldness. Taking a bold step at the time of adversity, knowing that light is going to guide me. You may not see the light, but you have faith in the light. And that is why it is said that, you take one step of courage and Baba will come to help you multi-million fold. Sometimes I was thinking what actually it means. How Baba helps me when I keep courage to take one step forward. So it is a return of my obedience. When you are obedient, you get blessings. So the same things becomes easier, which could have been difficult otherwise. But one thing I also want to mention, God's way of helping may not be the same as you are expecting. You are expecting help from God in a particular way, but Baba has his own way to help. So I must be totally altruistic, surrender myself, and then in whatever way Baba is offering me the help, so I must appreciate it. There is a small story. Once a devotee was drowning in the water, and He had so much of faith in God that God will help. So when the water came up to the neck, he was calling out for God. So God, of course, did help him, but not the way he was expecting. So he sent him a boat, because he was almost drowning. So when the boat came to him, the devotee said, no, 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 God said he will help me. So he did not get into the boat. He did not understand that was God's help. So the water came up to the, head, almost drowning. So God sent him a helicopter. So the helicopter came asking him to get in. He said, no, 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 God said he will help me. So he did not go into the helicopter. Finally, he drowned and died. So then when he went to face God, so he was complaining to God, God, you said if you keep courage, if you take one step of courage, God will help. You never helped me. But God said, I did help you. I sent you a boat. I sent you a helicopter. But you never understood. Because his expectation was that God will stop the water from rising so that he can be saved. So his expectation did not allow him to catch the help that God was giving him. So the same thing happens with us sometimes. We are expecting that the step of courage we have taken, Baba will help in a different way, but Baba's way of helping is different too. And the second thing I also know that God doesn't come forward to help immediately. He will test your patience. You can keep courage, take the step, but you got to be patient. And the patience also comes on the basis of faith. You know that he will, so I will wait, isn't it? But some of us cannot wait. Just like a devotee who went to the temple praying to God, oh God, please give me patience. But he said, please hurry up. So he was telling God to hurry up. So of course you can't hurry up God. So it will come, but I need to have that belief, isn't it? So some of us sometimes, due to lack of patience, we lose courage. So I need to really make my foundation of faith so strong that I wait. I know last Kalpa he has done it, so he will do it again. So I have done my duty. I am not careless. I have not stopped keeping the attention, using the right method. Whatever I need to do, I have done it. So I will wait in patience. But just before the help comes, we lose patience. So that is when the game is lost. So I always remember this expression for patience, that, every tree bears fruit at its own season, and every fruit ripens at its own hour. It cannot be before and after. So you can't make things happen, but you have to allow things to happen naturally. So that is possible only when I have that faith that it happened before and it will happen. Because I remember one year I really did this research on patience, So I found that it's really such a divine virtue without which we cannot become deities. I remember Mohini Ben, when she was revising the Murli, she was also mentioning that one of the reasons we have waste thoughts is because of lack of patience. Those of us who are impatient are sensitive. And that sensitivity makes us take sorrow and have waste thoughts. That is what she was suggesting for all of us to practice, is to have patience so that I become sensible and I don't begin to think too much and too fast very quickly, which is not necessary. And so then I'm able to actually win the game, whatever I'm supposed to get. So from now onwards, let us keep this aim in our mind that when anyone looks at our face, I don't need to say what I have attained. I don't need to say what is the fortune I have. Let others read from my face. No, that is why Baba is emphasizing a lot on serving in combined form, not just through words, but by giving experience to souls. So this is one way of giving experience, inspiring them, seeing my life of love, my life of pleasure, my life of fortune, they get inspired. So as many souls you inspire, that much interest you will get. Are you interested in interest? Yeah? People are interested in interest. That is why they invest money in the bank. Otherwise, they can keep the money in the cupboard, but they won't get any interest. But if I am good in investing my fortune, I will always have the sparkle on my face. Those who have invested their fortune, you can read from their face. Always smiling, always happy, always fresh, always newness. There is no staleness. So let us learn to invest. That means use it. Use it. Because whatever Baba has given us, it is for us to use. Because you will not take back this knowledge in the golden age. You only take back the reward. So as many souls get inspired, seeing you, coming in contact with you, the inspiration they got is an interest. And that interest will make your life become more light, and then you will begin to experience your life as a life of flying. So don't let go of the breath, and don't let go of the energy of blood of Brahmin life. Don't become anemic. Some people, when they don't have enough blood in the body, they look anemic little bit. So this is why Dadi always says, even if you are not fat, you don't need to look fat to look happy and healthy, but your face should be sparkling. So from a distance, other people can see you got something. So they must become curious to know, what did you have? What is that special about? So then you can tell them. That is why some time ago Baba said your face should be like a visiting card. Your face should be like a signboard. Reading your face, other people should come. That means they should know, how can you remain like this in the midst of all difficult situation? How can you be so stable in the midst of all this? So then you can tell them. Otherwise, if we go and tell them on our own, they may not listen to us, isn't it? So, while you are here, even amongst Brahmins, we can practice that. We don't give donation to Brahmins, but we can give cooperation, isn't it? We can cooperate with each other in inspiring each other to make elevated effort. So, count on your attainments. Remember what you have got, and don't think about what you have left behind. So when each one of us become an image like that, so we become worthy of worship in the future. That's what Moini Ben was saying the other day. In the future, when devotees go in front of the deities, they get what they want without asking. But we have to practice that while here. So I have everything. I don't have anything lacking. So that means I am ignorant of the word desire. So the deities are praised as Icha Matram Avidya. That means ignorant of the word desire. But now, because I have everything, I don't have any desire. So when I practice that feeling of fulfillment in my life, then automatically I will become worthy of worship in the future. So people, devotees, when they go in front of my images in the future, they get what they want. At least let us practice. Whoever comes into our contact, without asking, they should be able to receive what they want. Just like today we experience from dadis and seniors. We don't even have to say. We just have a thought and we get what we want. What point, what anything. So this is a land of magic, Madhuban. So experience, inspiring and getting inspired. So then our effort becomes effortless. We have to make effort, but it should be effortless effort. Because it is based on love. So if you feel you are making effort, so that means it seems like labor. So let us be effortless effort maker and enjoy this life as a life of pleasure, a life of fortune, a life of love. So let us keep that aim for the next half an hour meditation, emerging all our fortune and become the image and radiate that waves of fortune so souls can get emerged, inspired wherever they may be. Om Shanti. So for the next half an hour, this will be our aim, to become an embodiment of attainments, image of fortune, and share that fortune with my family, the whole world. In the beginning, I will just share a few thoughts, and then you can create more of those kind of thoughts as we sit together for half an hour in this seat of our elevated self-respect. As I sit here, in my seat of elevated self-respect, as the Brahmin soul, the direct creation of God, I emerge all the attainments from Baba as my father, my mother, my teacher, my Sadguru. Baba has given me more than what I asked for. God Himself is nurturing me as my merciful mother. God as a teacher is showering with His wisdom. I am guided by Sadhguru's Srimad. Baba, as my friend, is offering his company. I have the fortune of my mind, my body, wealth, and people in this Brahmin life. I belong to the highest family, God's family. Baba, you have given me more than what I needed. I feel so content, satisfied. The only thought I have is to share this fortune with my brothers and sisters, my global family. As I sit with Baba in this elevated awareness, vibrations of happiness, contentment emerging from within is spreading out. And touching each and every soul on earth. I stay with Baba in my elevated form, with these pure feelings. Let all souls receive from Baba what I have received and experience contentment and happiness. Rays of light emerging from within and spreading out like a lighthouse, enveloping the whole universe. I am light. I absorb light from the ever-lit light. I emit light. I am light. I absorb light. I emit light. I am light. I absorb light. I emit light. I am light. I absorb light from the ever-lit light. I emit light that surrounds the whole universe.